After visiting this year's home appliance event Awe, my deepest feeling is only 4 words. Awe is gone. 2 years ago, almost all products are shouting to embrace Awe. Otherwise, the boss won't be able to sleep. Investors are afraid to invest money. But this year, everyone is hiding Awe. When a technology no longer shows how good it is, instead, it quietly gets into the product. When solving specific things, it is really landed. Really good product. In fact, they are quietly solving problems. I will share with you 5 insights from this exhibition. A handful of traditional products. Redo it with perceptual decision-making actions. The landing of Awe physical products. The bottom layer is the 3 elements: perception, decision-making, and action. For traditional industries, these 3 words most likely the methodology of redoing the product. For example, air conditioning. This time I was at the TCL booth. I saw an Awe air conditioner. Installed the radar first, used to sense user actions. For example, is breathing slowing down? Is it asleep? And then make decisions. Leave user data to Awe. Let the Awe judge whether you are sitting or lying down. Final action. Adjust the air volume. Turn up the temperature. Adjust humidity and more. Another example is the mattress. Many people have problems with breathing during sleep, so there is a need to monitor sleep. But wearing a smartwatch panicked. Uncomfortable. At all. I saw an Awe mattress from Moose. Solves the need for sleep monitoring. You just lie down. It can sense your silly voice. At this time, the built-in Awe thinks quickly and makes decisions. Being naive is often because of lying flat. Causes obstruction of the airway. Oxygen intake decreases. There may also be a risk of apnea. Finally, act according to the decision. Immediately quietly raise the side of the pillow. You will be uncomfortable as soon as you raise it. Naturally, it will turn over. The problem was solved. Tack perceptual role action into traditional products. It is a tool for passive work. Become a housekeeper who takes the initiative to work. Really useful Awe. Stealth in the background. Complete the entire closed loop in the 5 senses. 2. It really determines the life and death of the product. It is the real experience of the user. At the signing booth, I see smart glasses. In addition to being able to order takeout, in addition to listening to music, the biggest feature of these glasses is that they can translate intelligently. It can also clone the sound. This has greatly changed the experience of using translation software. Because it came out of the translation software, it is always a cold machine sound. After all, it can't give you a sense of intimacy with people, but it took tens of millions of glasses. This scene has changed. When you are communicating with a foreigner, the other party just finished speaking. Your glasses are translated and spoken Chinese. It is the other party's own timbre. Live learning. Real-time output. The appearance is very low. How amazing it feels. It seems as if the other person is really communicating with you in Chinese. Translation bridges the language barrier, and cloning timbres shorten the distance of emotions. Awe hardware of the future. Who can provide emotional value? Improve the real experience of users. Who is the product that is easy to use in the eyes of ordinary people? 3. Humanoid robots are still far away. Now you have to make money with robot dogs. A humanoid robot punching on the Spring Festival Gala. You must have seen a lot of them. But at the booth of language technology, the most central position. Not a robot that is in the limelight on the Spring Festival Gala. It's a robot dog. Why? Because humanoid robots are too expensive. One costs 500,000 yuan. But there are not many practical application scenarios. Go to work in a factory. The cost performance is not as good as 100,000 yuan a year. Work as a nanny at home. There is no user group willing to pay. Now more robots are putting on a show. Earn traffic. For example, the store ribbon cutting. Run a marathon. Attend the party. There is no real function, but it can attract the curiosity of users. Robot dogs are different. Compared to robots, it does not require complex balancing algorithms. Simple structure. Low cost, from a few thousand to tens of thousands. Far cheaper than humanoid robots. And most importantly, it can replace people for inspection. Go to the pitch-black subway tunnel. Go to complex gas pipelines. It is inconvenient to go to those people. Unsafe place. Do the dirty work that is risky. So you see, the future may belong to the most human-like humanoid robots, but now we have to rely on that one that is the most practical, the most stable, the cheapest robot dog. 4. In the face of absolute market size, Musk also wants to bow his head. In the car show area, I saw the Tesla booth. Tesla's star model is parked there, the 6-seater version of the Model YL. You may ask, what is the relationship between this car and the Model Y? In simple terms, Model YL is a model based on Model Y upgrades, currently only available in China. Compared to Model Y, this car starts with a double row of 5 seats, upgraded to 3 rows and 6 seats. The body is longer, more space. This is very interesting. In Musk style, it has always been a globally unified standard. Why not only have the standards changed now? It even made a new model specifically for the Chinese market. The reason behind it is simple. The Chinese market is too important. According to Tesla's statistics, in 2000, 25. Sales in the Chinese market, accounting for 38% of Tesla's global sales, second only to the US market. Among them, the highest sales volume is the Model Y. Chinese car owners are significantly different from Americans. There is a large demand for family travel. Love the generous rear seat space. Tesla launched the L model. It can be said to be a localization strategy in order to attract more consumers and increase sales. But it can also be said is a paranoid Musk finally figured out the preferences of the Chinese, adapted to China in the face of the absolute market size. I want to continue to take root in the wall only by adapting business strategies to local conditions. 5. Rely on technology to make a system. Ecology depends on people's hearts. This time or one of the most popular booths. It's Huawei at a glance. The team is extremely long. I am like everyone else. I would like to see it too. How is today's Harmonios ecosystem? Looking at countless Harmonios devices, a strong feeling welled up in my heart. Huawei is really not easy, but I think it's not easy. But Huawei can actually do it to today's level. It's very, very, very remarkable. Why? Because the system is simple. It is difficult to do ecology. The system itself is a manifestation of technical capabilities. You can do it with miscellaneous money and time. The real problem is not the technology. It's whether anyone wants to use you. For example, at that time, Microsoft wanted to make a system independent of Android and Apple. It even pays to encourage developers to develop products. The result, the developed app is not used because there are too few users of Microsoft phones. The developer has no users at a glance. The next version will not be updated. Over time, it took a long time. The original app slowly stopped updating. WeChat on mobile phones has become different from Android and Apple. Users don't like to use it anymore. Finally, users abandon Microsoft phones until the Windows phone system completely stops. So whether Hongmeng can succeed, it depends on how many people use it and the number of users. It directly affects how many developers are willing to develop apps. The more developers, Hongmeng can go on. This is the problem in front of Huawei. I see a data. Until today, the number of terminal devices of Harmonios has exceeded 47 million. This achievement is quite remarkable because behind this is the real support of countless users. Let's be honest, to say that it is easy to use Harmonios is not the best. You will see WeChat on Harmonios mobile phone today. Many features are incomplete. It is still improving, but many consumers know it's not perfect yet, still willing to pay for support. Essentially, many are using their own purchase options. Vote of confidence in this ecosystem. Help Huawei attract more developers on the road. Technology can be smashed by money, but ecology can only depend on time. Rely on hard work and build consensus with users little by little. This road is the hardest, but it is also the only way for Huawei. Spent 2 hours on Awe. The legs are very sore, but the brain is excited. My biggest feeling is a sentence. Those tall technologies. It's getting more and more unreal. Technological progress is not for PPT. It's to keep you sleeping, walking, drive, when communicating. The real feeling is more comfortable. In these rapidly changing times, we need such unreality. Pay attention till you run. Lower the cognitive threshold of business.